Hi again. What's this? The third upload in one day. So I already showed you my nails. They're so bright and cheerful. Um, I wouldn't even know where to begin, you guys, with filling you in on the probationary appointment today. It went well, but it went very, very long, and it wound up being kind of like combination of appearing before the judge and being in therapy, and what else was I going to call it? Like a job interview. Three stressful things all in one, but it went in a direction I didn't really think it would go. Tons of paperwork, tons of questions. I mean, he honestly, no exaggeration, wanted to go over my whole life, trying to build a background, I guess, to submit to the judge to kind of show like why I did what I did. And the whole time I I didn't blame anyone or anything. I just said I'm an alcoholic and I made some terrible decisions. And now I'm trying to do the right thing, and now I'm in treatment. I mean, I go to therapy, I'm on my bipolar meds, and go to AA regularly. But that was like the least of the conversation. We got into family of origin type of stuff and childhood background and trauma. And by the way, the interesting light thrown off onto me is because of my hi my makeup mirror, which I finally replaced the batteries on, and so now it's like super bright. And also, my lipstick does not match anything I'm wearing today, but I just grabbed it because my lips needed to be moisturized. And when I'm really this tired, I can't even speak. Oh my God, but it's one of those Almay ones. Oh no, wait. Well, this is one of the packaging, the containers, which I love. This is the one I have on right now. It is called Eat Cake. I just ate pesto pasta and shrimp with red peppers and spice that I made. And I do love when I cook for myself. I really do. Got a call back from the bank. Got to go in again tomorrow. One more piece of paperwork. It's absolutely beyond the pale at this point. Like, I can't believe it. It is what it is. The loan's either going to go through or it's not. I'll have to go to Plan B if it doesn't, or go to another bank. But anyway, with the probation officer, he asked a lot of questions. He really was gobsmacked at my talking about being in a cult for so many years, being raised in a cult, and just the dysfunction of having no family left anymore, and my dad dying when I was young, and all the various moves and jobs and problems and relationships and marriages and everything over the years. And he said, well, this really creates a very interesting profile for you. And he said, your case is actually moving along at lightning speed. He took a picture of me up against where you get measured, and it was funny because I said, oh, I didn't know you did this here. And he goes, well, we have to compare where you're at now to your mugshot. And when I heard the words mugshot, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I got arrested that night. And, but I didn't remember about the mugshot. He goes, you certainly look a lot better. I go, yeah, well, it's only been a short time, but I feel 190% better. Speaking of 190, he goes, so we have to go over your all your stats and everything. Do you have any scars or visible tattoos? I showed him my tattoos because I was wearing my coat at the time. You're 5'9" and 190, and I'm like, says who? I wish. I'm like 5'8" and like fucking 240 right now. And he's like, oh, you don't look it. And I'm like, well, thank you. And he said the officer said you were 5'9" and 190. So maybe I lied, but I don't usually lie about my weight. I mean, it is what it is. That was the least of my problems that night, trust me. But I think for the most part it went well. It was long. It was 2.5 hours long, and at one point I was almost crying because it's hard for me to talk about my past and the fact that I have no mom or brother or dad anymore. He wanted to know who and what my support system was, and I just said I've got a handful of very loyal, close friends, and I stick close with my sponsor and with the people I meet in AA. So he said, you sound like you're doing good. I don't need to see you unless the courts order it. And I said, oh, that's a big relief. Nothing personal. But he goes, no, he says, I always hope that I see people once and one and done, and I wish you the best. He said, he said, because your case was adjourned, because it was an aggravated DWI, he said that's why it got pushed into you being seen again on March 2nd. He goes, but once the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney, meaning my attorney, reads my notes, he goes, I have a feeling it's going to be, maybe a little bit of outpatient, possibly a little community service. But he goes, it speaks very highly, of you, of your situation, that you voluntarily put in the Intoxilock. And, he wanted to talk about remorse and consequences. And do I realize that I have a serious problem? And I said, yes, I absolutely do. And I hadn't eaten all day. Like, I worked last night. And then I've just been on the run, on the go, until I met with him. And I thought it was going to be like a half an hour, but it was 2.5 hours. So I just got home and I ate my delicious food. And now I'm going to kind of rest up a little and make some tea and, I don't know, just kind of regroup before, well, I got to leave here in a half an hour because I'm going to get in a meeting today too. And then I work another night shift tonight. But I can rest there. It's a really easy house. So I just felt like explaining about the probation a little bit more in case anybody was interested. I'm happy I got a manicure and pedicure in today. I think I deserve that. Whoops. With all the working I do. Unlike certain YouTubers who mukbang their lives away, literally, I earn my money. I was feeling some kind of way about that today. Like, just Amy's Life Journey and Amberlynn Reid and Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, the Chantal Marie Show, the Daily Chantal. The complaining about nothing or the things they've done to themselves and just making everything everyone else's fault. I try very hard to not do that. I mean, I can complain with the best of them and I can say sometimes I'm lonely or my life sucks or I hate being fat but like at the end of the day, we're all in control of our own choices, not our pasts, not our circumstances, not how other people respond or react to us. If you're going to put your life out there on YouTube, which I know I'm doing right now too, and I have my detractors. I mean, I've got my thumbs down crew, which is fine. I kind of can't imagine having that on the scale of, no pun intended, of an Amberlynn or Chantal or even Amy's Life Journey, but I think they must like it. They must like the negative attention because at least it's attention. I know Chantal loves it when there's reaction channels about her because then she gets a lot more traffic to the channel, and more traffic means more revenue. And I'm also completely convinced that mukbangs are because if there's feeders out there paying a lot more, paying them somehow. That's a real thing. I mean, if you think a smoking fetish is weird, the people that want to see obese women stuff their faces and make slurping, crunching, grinding noises while moaning, that's a real thing too. And that's one that I can't wrap my head around because I can't imagine what is remotely sexy about that. And today, Amberlynn Reid talking about her health diagnoses and how much more she knows than the doctors and how freaked out she is about being vitamin D deficient and being anemic. Bitch, have a seat. Like, you don't have a real problem in the world that you haven't caused yourself just by virtue of your weight. I'm fat too, so I can't talk, I guess, but 240 is not almost 600, and I don't really believe she's lost any weight. But even to equivocate about 50 pounds when you've got like 300 and some odd to lose and sit there stuffing your face while talking about how scared you are about your health and acting like, oh, the doctors aren't nice enough to me. It's why aliens just fly right over and lock up their doors, And it's just such a level of deep, deep, deep insecurity and emotional laziness and just zero insight. I mean, I drive myself crazy with my ruminations and my sense of insight, analyzing myself and seeing where I went wrong and what I could do better and what I could do different. And okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. And I mean, I'm not 30, I'm 53. And if you don't learn to take some responsibility for your own life, I mean, I don't know how much longer Amberlynn Reid thinks she has. Like, is she going to get to be my age and be that size and still be complaining about doctors not understanding her? Or she's sitting here giving us health and vitamin advice while she stuffs her face and laughs about things. I've been severely anemic for many, many years. I used to go in for intravenous iron drip treatments every 5 months. I'm not trying to compare myself to her. It's stupid. It's stupid to stoop to that level. But now my camera is dying. My phone is dying. That's why it just went dim. Oh, it's not dim now. Now I'm in a blue light. We're in the blue light district. I'm going to go. I'm going to get ready for my meeting now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.